been killed. Well, with me now is Shehata from BBC Arabic. Is it possible to say where these talks are at in Cairo? We have so many different noises coming from each side at the moment. Are you able to tell us?
Unfortunately, there is no sign of progress since the two sides don't like to back away from their core demands, with Hamas insisting end of war, permanent ceasefire, full withdrawal of Israeli forces, troops from Gaza, and the return of displaced people from the south to the north to their homes. And Israel insisting the war is carrying on. Mr. Netanyahu declared clearly that the Rafah ground assault, it will happen regardless the truce and the negotiation outcome. So the gap between them is huge. And if Hamas, budget and back away from their core demands, it will be a problem for them. It might make a division, create a division between the military wing and the political wing. Especially now, Qatar reconsider its role in the mediation, and it might close the Hamas bureau in Doha. So there is many developments. So there's more pressure on Hamas and more pressure on Israel. But the pressure on Israel is more because of the hostages, families, demonstrations, the international pressure from the United States and the Arab countries, and many countries, calling for stopping this war, which there is more than 34,000 people were killed so far because of the war. So, and the humanitarian situation. So the complication of the situation put more pressure on Israel. Hamas is in a critical situation, but as far Rafah invasion plan is going on and no compromises.
Benjamin Netanyahu says that plan will go ahead even if there is a deal, doesn't he? I mean, is the main sticking point that the amount of time that this ceasefire would last for? Some talk of sort of 40 days and others saying that, as I said in the introduction, that Hamas only wants it if it's a forever deal.
Hamas want a permanent ceasefire, full withdrawal of Israeli forces, but Israel want a temporary truce for about 40 days to release some hostages, a return of some prisoners and some more aid and some return of some displaced people. But, so the gap between them is huge, and it's very hard to bridge this gap because, if Hamas agrees on any concessions, it will lose its reputation. It might create a division within the military and political wings. So there is a complication about that. And even Hamas, some Hamas officials saying America should guarantee there is no Rafah ground invasion at all. If they want to have a deal and they compromise about other points. But this point is very crucial for Hamas. And looking at, the humanitarian situation is linked to it because there is pressure on Hamas from people in Palestine, because from people in the Gaza, because there is humanitarian, especially in the north.
Well, it's dire. The situation is dire, isn't it? In terms of talk about famine.
The World Food Programme warned that in northern Gaza is experiencing a full-blown famine. And 88 Democratic Party members of the Congress wrote to the White House arguing there is a clear case and a credible case that Israel is deliberately blocking aid going to the Palestinians in Gaza in violation of federal law. So they're calling for the White House to consider its aid to Israel. So there is pressure on Israel because the aid is very crucial and people are dying from the hunger. There is the Egyptian and United Arab Emirates, they dropped by airdrop 82 tons of aid recently on northern Gaza. But it's not enough because the land route, according to United Nations organization, is the main way to get a safe, quicker aid to the needy people on northern Gaza, especially northern Gaza and the rest of the Gaza territories.
We've seen Antony Blinken be in Israel, visit Israel this week to meet Benjamin Netanyahu. And as you say, the pressure from the US, it's been there for months, though, hasn't it? You sort of wonder if now is any different to previous months when these talks have been going on. Do you get a sense at all that there is close to any sort of, I don't know, are we close to an agreement?
Unfortunately not, because Mr. Netanyahu and the Minister of National Security, Ben Gvir, and the Minister of Finance, Smotrich, all of them insisting on the Rafah invasion. All of them insisting of the war not stop. And this is the main demand of Hamas in order to reach a deal. So the pressure of the United States, I think it doesn't have any impact yet on Israel. And as far as Mr. Netanyahu insisting on that and Hamas insisting on their demands, there is no way to get both of them together.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Saeed Shehata from BBC Arabic. Thank you for joining us.